We are at Bode 1 in the West Hollywood Hills. This house is for sale for $19,990,000. Back in 2003, I was driving around looking for properties up in the hills, and I came across this tiny little sign at the bottom of the hill that said for sale by owner. So I rang the buzzer. Someone came down the hill. Mind you, there was no house here. It was just all mountain. And guess who it was? It was Leslie Nielsen, the actor from Naked Gun. He's owned this property since 1951. So he had it for sale, and he interviewed me 4 times. I pitched him on the architect, I'm gonna own it, and so he finally sold it to me. So I've owned this property since 2003. And then I started building this house over 8 years ago. It took 2 years to get through the city permit process, and then it took 6.5 years to build full-time construction.
The house is a new construction property, built in the last few years. It comprises 10,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, sitting on an acre, which is accessed through gates and up a very long private driveway. Once the gates open, you're taking up an incredibly long driveway that takes you to the house. The moment you get to the house, you're faced with the view of the entire city below. The house has tons of living space, 3 separate living rooms, a media room, separate dining room with a wine wall. It's got another living room downstairs that leads onto the pool, 1 office, which you see behind me, an incredible outdoor space on 2 levels.
This property I knew had to be all about glass, all about steel, all about floating, and my big design key is that the outside becomes the inside. Especially living in Los Angeles, you can leave the doors open. Favorite parts of my house, I would say there are many of them. So definitely the bar and lounge, because that's where everybody congregates. And it's just fun to see people mixing in the space I created. And then the master bathroom and master bedroom, it's like your little sanctuary. It's very warm and inviting, and I just love the mid-century glam flavor that the bathroom has and the coloring of it. And then of course, walking into the master closet with a double mezzanine, which I've never seen before. So that really throws people and think, oh my gosh, that's a place I would want to hang my clothes. When I grew up, I always wanted to build, as an architect, a Ferris Bueller garage. I don't know if you remember that movie where Ferris Bueller's friend had a Ferrari, his dad's Ferrari, and a giant glass garage, and he drove it out the window. Not that I want to do that. But so I said, one day I'm going to build this Ferris Bueller garage. And so I did. The exterior of the house had mid-century flavors to it. So the soffits, the overhangs, I call them eyebrows. Putting the stainless steel on those eyebrows, I think gives it hyper awareness of the line of the house coming across. Also, when you come into the front entry, there's almost this aircraft type monolith that pulls you from the outside in and then goes all the way through the house and hangs over the pool. That piece just is really architecturally significant because it also matches some of the elements of steel that I've used through the house. And I think it also gives you a sense of the elevation that's pulling you at an angle linear to what the city is doing. If I had to describe this house in a sentence, I would say that this house is like living in the sky in a modern world where you are surrounded by art and architecture and the beauty that Los Angeles has to give you.